I'm going to try and demonstrate how to do 3 different kick-ups with clubs. Standard kick-up. I'm going to be modeling it with my right foot. I put my foot down and I take the toes and lift them up off the ground probably 3 or 4 inches from the side, like this. Alright? With the foot or the toes up in the air, next thing is to take the club and you want to lay it with the bulb outside your body. Okay? And you want to lay it so that the club bulb is kind of facing forward and the handle is coming back. Okay? I'm also laying it on my foot in such a way so as to make sure that the handle, most of the handle is against my shin. Okay? So it kind of looks like that. Okay, notice, it is not like this. Okay? And it's also not back. The bulb is on the outside and it's facing forward. Probably an inch or 2 of the handle is out on this side of my leg. The next thing is to play around with the actual kick-up. Now here's my suggestion for that. I do not lift straight up, and when I do it, I do not lift out like this. My way of thinking about it is I kind of do a combination of the two. So it's sort of straight up with a little bit of outward angle. So when you do that, again, it's going to be the handle of the club kind of caught between the foot and the shin that allows it to rise up the way that it does. And you want to do it pretty quickly. Not lightning speed, but you don't want to go like way slowly because then it falls out. So you want to kind of do it at a speed that allows the whole club to move up. Having the club placed correctly is really the key here. And then I lift kind of up and out at the same time. Of course, you should learn to kick ups on both sides of the body. Alright, the crossover kick-up works much the same way. Again, I'll put my foot down, my right foot since I'm modeling it with that. Toes up about 3 inches. Place the club this time so that the bulb is on the inside of the body and the handle again is coming against the shin. Again, I have the handle probably comes about an inch outside my foot on this side. Now I'm going to step across and kick like so. As I step across the club, I'll take this foot, my right leg, and I'll move it like this. Again, feeling the club handle caught between my foot and my shin. You learn that on both sides of your body. This last one a lot of people really enjoy. It looks kind of cool, especially if you do it while you're juggling. Juggle the hole and then slam it into your hand and keep going. A lot of people think that that looks kind of cool. It's actually not that hard. To get this trick right, the key here is to have the club be still. So it needs to not be moving around. You can't be chasing this thing all over the world as you're trying to do this particular trick. The club is lying down on the floor facing you, which means, by that I mean the bulb is pointing towards you. Before you try actually bringing that club into your pattern, you'll want to make sure that your foot is right over the tip of the bulb. So look, right back here, I've got it 2 or 3 inches from the club. This is better. It's a subtle thing, but when you're trying to bring that club into the pattern, if you're over here stomping away, you're going to have a very difficult time trying to do it. And before you even practice trying to get into the pattern, I would just practice that. And yes, by the way, this is kind of bad news for the clubs. Doesn't exactly help their life, but whatever. If you're doing it correctly, the club should come straight up off the ground, not to the right, not to the left. And if it is coming up crooked, then you need to correct that before you try to do anything else. You got that down. You can feel what that's like. You're used to that. The next thing is going to be to actually try to get it into the juggle. Now the only thing you can do here is just practice it. You hold 2 clubs, 1 in each hand. I'm right-handed, so I prefer to start with my right hand. I'm going to throw the right hand club in the air. I'm going to try to do a nice little lofty single, and the minute it leaves, I'm going to take the foot stomp down on the club and fill that empty hand with the one that's on the floor. So it's going to be throw, stomp. Pretty quickly. Not simultaneously, but pretty quickly. Throw, stomp. It looks like this. Throw, stomp. Throw, stomp. Throw, stomp. I think this trick looks a little nicer if you do it while juggling the hole. So that looks like this. Okay, I'm pretending I have another club here. Watch. Here it is. Let's do it real high. Here it comes back down. I got it. There it is. See? So juggling the hole. If you can do that, then all you got to do is orient yourself with the club that's on the ground and do the same thing we did before, which is to throw a club, then stomp it into your empty hand. Okay? I'm not doing anything different, except I'm just pretending that I have an extra club there. I'm juggling the hole. All right, so that's the down and dirty, skinny version of what it's like to do 3 different kick-ups. Good luck.